Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and today's video topic: alcohols of Fallout 76. What they actually do, and if there is one for you. So let's start from covering the basics, just in case. First, most of the alcohols is craftable. You can see on one side I have a workbench, the brewing station. On other side I have fermenter. So what it does, on the brewing station you can craft most of the alcohols in game, but they come as fermentable. So what does it mean? They need time to get into the vintage state or the matured state. So that's why you have fermenter. It will greatly accelerate the process. So fermenter is in here. Then if you don't have it yet, how do you get those workbenches? You do the quest for beef. You just need to go at Big Al's Tattoo Parlor. You do the quest there. It's a little quest line, very fun one. You will get those workbenches. The recipe themselves, you will need to do dailies for beef for quite a while, as he's granting a random recipes. You can get duplicates. Most of them is tradable, so you can get them from other players. That's the basics about how to get alcohols, outside of finding them in the world or buying. Then there are important perks that may affect some alcohols, or most of them, not all. Some alcohols cannot be affected at all, which I do not like, but it's the fact, and I will be talking details when I will be discussing every single one by one. So Cola Nut, it will affect alcohols based on Nuka Cola. Party Boy, it will affect pre-war alcohols. Happy Go Lucky will affect almost all alcohols, some in different way than described in the card, but it will. Happy Go Lucky Extra Luck, while under influence of alcohol, it does not affect couple or one. I think one is not affected by Happy Go Lucky. Next, there is a mutation that do affect some alcoholic beverages that are herbivore beverages, so herbivore mutation will affect them, and further it can be boosted if you are on a team with strength in numbers for a little bit more of the effect. I'm solo in here. I don't have any bonuses really running at this moment, so you will be able to see alcohols in action, just alcohols, without an addition, and we'll be going, I couldn't figure out better order, one by one, alphabetical order as they are in the Pip-Boy. So if you are looking for any specific one, if you will see where I am at in the moment, you will know if you scroll the video forward or backwards. I don't think I will tag every single alcohol as a timestamp. That would be way too many timestamps, like 33 alcohols, a little bit too much. So first we have Ballistic bock. It's craftable at your camp. It's handy little boost to ballistic weapon damage. It's always worth to inspect those, as you will get a better explanation on the bottom. This boosts the damage of non-heavy, non-energy guns and give you this +3 luck. This +3 luck that is listed here, that's for Happy Go Lucky perk card. It's actually listed under the alcohol for some reason, which is interesting because when I will consume it, okay, let me show you how this will affect the weapon. So my Elder's Mark, currently 51 damage showing in here. Light machine gun 76, you will see. It will not change. This one will go up. So let's consume one. Oh, and my special luck 18. Consuming Ballistic bock, luck 21. So I'm getting free bonus. Effect stating 4 minutes, so it's lasting for 5, as it's not listing seconds. So 5 minutes total duration. Ballistic damage increase. Weapon condition cost increase. Now if we go under the weapon, Elder's Mark damage increased. Light machine gun damage not. So it does boost only a small ballistic guns, like this Elder's Mark, which is important to know, as some people are trying to use it with heavy guns, other guns. Just check yourself in your Pip-Boy. Only commander weapons and pistols basically are affected by this particular alcohol. Some of the alcohols are more interesting, so I will show you in combat. This is not really interesting in combat, just a little bit more damage. After that, something like beer It is affected by... Oh, you can notice there is no luck listed anymore, because I already have one running, so happy-go-lucky will not add up on top of itself. When previous alcohol will disappear, the extra luck will appear here. Unique mechanic of alcohol, some of them have negative, like this, -1 to your intelligence and positive charisma and strength. It's showing 3. That's after application of the perk Party Boy or Party Girl. The same perk, just different based on your character sex. So here, 3 charisma, 3 strength, 45% to your water. You can get addicted to alcohols. You can get hangover after alcohols. That gives you a little bit of debuff for a brief amount of time. Those are classic pre-war ones. Not super great. Sometimes can be useful. They're very similar, so I would not be stopping on anyone for too long. But some of them have like cool bottles. Not all the alcohols have unique bottles. Some of them do, which I really like. I want the unique bottles. I hope in the future we'll have more unique bottles and not just generic empty bottles. Bourbon, this one again, strength and endurance, so it's slightly changing what bonus they are giving. Cranberry moonshine, okay, this is a good one. One of the good ones, combat buffs that you can use. So you can notice it's pre-war alcohol, so it is boosted still by perk. That grants you 75 bonus health. So that's significant for any difficult combat if you boost your health by 75 on top of extra charisma and strength. So this is additional bonus that other Bia type alcohols did not offer. And this one do. This one boosts more. Next, Duchess Dram. This is very unique one as it is not pre-war, but still it is affected by the Party Boy. And you have a kiss on the bottle from Duchess, and it says Duchess Dram. So that's another very unique and nice bottle. What it does, it heals you. Unfortunately, it does not heal your limbs, so if you are crippled, it does not have a stimpack effect of healing your limbs, but it's quite rapid. Health regeneration, 240 health. It will stack with each other, so if you consume 2 bottles, that will be 480 health over the duration of 10 seconds. It will give you luck if you have happy-go-lucky equipped as well. So it's a cool healing item. Where you get it from, it can be purchased, it cannot be crafted. It can be purchased quite cheaply from the Wayward, from the Duchess. 2 bottles at a time can be purchased there, quite cheap. Next interesting one, Hard Lemonade. This one, unfortunately, generic jar, so but there's no label, nothing. I wish there would be more, less generic and more unique and cool Fallout looking in the future. What it does, it increases your max AP, gives you AP regen, which is decent. It's equal to Company T if you are a carnivore. Like carnivore Company T is giving 10, this is giving 10 too, so that's solid. The duration, it's 10 minutes, so it's not bad at all. It's longer than standard alcohols, definitely longer. About duration here as well, you cannot increase duration. There is no perks that work on that. There is no armor mod, like the mod, the mesh that you can put on your chest do not work on alcohols. It's only for chems. Therefore, duration on those is important as you cannot increase it. So 10 minutes is workable. Most alcohols are very short, unfortunately very short, which is not like my experience in real life. In real life, they tend to last for quite a while. Now, in-game, very short. This one, before Company T introduction, was used quite commonly by players. I don't know if it's still in use, but before Company T was easily obtainable at your camp, it was popular because it's cheap to craft. Relatively cheap to craft Hard Lemonade. Next, High Voltage Hefe. This is the same as Ballistic Bock, you can say, but opposite. This work on energy weapons. But again, even though description here do not state it, do not apply to heavy guns once again. No heavy guns. Only commando type weapons and pistols are affected, with addition to most likely due to a bug. I don't know if that will be changed or fixed, but it will apply as well for electrified auto axe, but only electrified. and only on the energy portion. So that's something unique. So this auto axe 24 because I was holding aristocrat. So now I equip that 24. If I consume high voltage hefe, I go back, and now 26. So it is affected. It is affected by high voltage hefe, but again, no heavy guns. Heavy guns are not included at all. So that's high voltage hefe. The unique scenario for it is that it works for some stuff like auto axe. I don't know if there are other weapons that it shouldn't work on, but it does work. You can let me know if you found some other use case. So unfortunately, there is no way to know unless you check all your damages before you consume one, then you take one and check it again. That's the only way of figuring out this stuff. Hobby Hunter. This one, again, improves scope aiming, decreases VATS accuracy, and plus 10% damage to animals. Which is unfortunately not very useful, as you can improve your scope aiming greatly with something completely different, like putting proper mods on your arms, on your regular armor. So I don't think anyone is using this particular one, and again, generic bottle, unfortunately. Next, let's Champagne Bellini. And I was really hopeful with this one, as it says that it is increasing falling speed. At least it says that, falling speed. Other than that, sprint AP cost reduction, damage resistant bonus, fall speed plus 3. Unfortunately, okay, I will show you my fall speed. Let me do the jump. I'm jumping in here. That's my normal jumping. And then let's Champagne Bellini. And it's the same. So this particular aspect do not work. I was planning to do something fun with maximizing the fall speed, but it doesn't do anything. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the fall speed. Therefore, it only reduces the sprint cost and gives you a little bit of damage resist. Truly not worth it. Still gives extra luck as any other alcohol from Happy Go Lucky. So, if you were hopeful for this one, it doesn't do what it advertises. There is another version, Let's Champagne Mimosa. And this one gives you rat resist, as well reduce sprint cost, and supposed to give you fall speed that do not work. Rat resist 100 is quite decent, so you can consider using it. Now, if you wonder if it's stuck, so let me show you. My rat resist 337. I use it once. 437. I use it twice. Still 437. So it does not stack with itself like other chems and food items can do. So like, for example, shrooms. I have a video on rat shrooms. And this doesn't. So only one can be used. Do not stack with itself for rat resist purposes. So can be used occasionally. I don't think it's super useful. Liquid courage. Okay, this one is super useful. You most likely know how it works. It does have a unique bottle. It gives you extra courage for Air Williams fight, for the Colossus fight. You cannot be affected by fear. And at this moment, the Blue Devil has a fear attack too. So now you can be immune after you consume it for 5 minutes. Additionally, it comes with extra strength in luck, and those are affected. Because normally it's 1, so those are affected by Party Boy. Unlike other post-war alcohols that are not, this one somehow count as pre-war. They had liquid courage as alcohol in pre-war Appalachia. Based on the data here, they did somehow. So additional luck, this 3, will stack. If I pop it, liquid courage, so this additional luck will stack with luck from Happy Go Lucky, so it's giving you in total 6. So you have 3 from Happy Go Lucky, and additionally 3 from the base effect of liquid courage, 6 luck, and fear immunity. Now, as we are at the topic of liquid courage, alcohol stacking comes into play. So, what if you want to use something more than liquid courage? How it will stack? Can you? Let's say, for example, you want to use Ballistic Bock for its extra damage, but still you need a fear immunity. How it stack and will it stack? So, at this moment liquid courage is working. My weapon damage, just to show you, Elder's Mark, 35. Back to effects and we pop one Ballistic Bock. Now under effects, I have Ballistic Bock and Liquid Courage Fearless effect. Other effects will get override, Fearless effect stays. So if I use Ballistic Bock after Liquid Courage, I can have Fearless and extra damage, but I will lose other benefits from Liquid Courage, including this free luck. Now, if I use it in other order, so Ballistic Bock running now, and now I use Liquid Courage, go back to stats, Liquid Courage will override the previous effect. Yes, alcohol stacking is it's quite complicated, and it will be even more complicated in a moment with other bonuses, but we'll get there. Let's keep going. Mountain Honey. Similar to Cranberry Moonshine, it does give extra HP, so it is usable as a combat booster. It is very usable as combat booster if you need more tankiness. Next one, New River Red Ale, that's regular one. Strength Charisma, Generating Beer. There are different names for the beer that are doing the same thing. Nuka Cola Dark. This one is important. Nuka Cola Dark. You can see crazy good stats. It is like that. With the perks, because it is a Nuka Cola and a room, so it's affected by Party Boy and affected by Nuka Cola perk. Therefore, the bonus is increased to 6 strength and 6 endurance from the base 1. The side effects is not increased. And the luck bonus will stack with those bonuses. That's the only alcohol that works with happy-go-lucky differently, giving you crazy high luck bonus if you need it, that I cover in details in the video Secrets of Nuka Cola Dark. But now, this luck bonus have one problem with it. Like at this moment, if I pop Nuka Cola Dark, you can see effects, still Fearless, Nuka Cola Dark bonuses, but special didn't change. I didn't get more than 3 luck. That's because I was under effect of different alcohol before. You need to use Nuka Cola Dark as a first alcohol if you are stacking multiple, if you want this crazy high luck bonus. The other bonuses will need to expire before I can show you, so let me wait. Now the effect ended, so let's do the scenario. You are fighting L. You want, as a commando, to boost your luck. Let's say you are full health commando with 2 little luck. Nuka Cola Dark. My luck instantly jump up like crazy. 36 already. There is Nuka Cola Dark running for 3 minutes. But then I want to be fearless for the fight, so I pop Liquid Courage. Now Liquid Courage overrides all the bonuses from Nuka Cola Dark, but the luck bonus remains. So even higher as extra free luck from Liquid Courage. But now let's say you want extra damage from Ballistic Bock. You applied Ballistic Bock last. The order is very important. Doesn't work if you change it. You still have luck with Nuka Cola Dark. We lost luck bonus from Liquid Courage, but we have luck from Dark, Fearless from Courage, and damage from Ballistic Bock. So you can do this order to get all. Next one, Nuka Shine, and there will be Vintage Nuka Shine. I intentionally have a Nuka Shine in here. This is very good, but you need to keep it in this level of fermentation, and then you can give it to Leo, a camp ally. So let's give it to Leo. We are placing Leo's desk. We have Leo in here. We are in need of services. I have a Nuka Cola for you. And Nuka Shine. He does not accept a vintage one, so that's very important if you want this buff. You can do it once a day, unfortunately. So you cannot do it more often. One buff from Leo per day. And this one gives you AP regen of 25%. And yes, you can use Company Tea or anything else on top, as that's ally buff, so it's stuck with all other buffs, giving you crazy high AP regen for 1 hour. So that's use case for a regular Nuka Shine. To actually use it in combat, you need it to ferment, as the effect will increase. Then we have some more generic beer with some cool labels, and that's about as much as they have in them. So the cool labels bottles are very weak buffs, unfortunately. Then Rat and Lager. Generic bottle, but very short, but powerful carry weight boost. Extra 50 carry weight for 2 minutes, and then for another 2 minutes, minus 50 carry weight. That's the one short lasting buff when you are putting yourself into over-encumbered state and you need this short boost. Can be useful, not crazy good because the duration is so low. Then Room, that's the one that gives agility bonus and not charisma, so that's about the difference. Sugar-free Nuka Shine, that is basically a vintage Nuka Shine without the side effect. So unarmed melee damage, damage resist, sprint AP cost, fall speed. I don't think fall speed works at all on it. And AP regen, 50%. And this does stack with all other AP regen, going into a crazy AP regen after all. I will show you how it works on the regular vintage Nuka Shine, as we want to see the side effect too. Sweetwater Special Blend. This is kind of a mixture. It's everything. It's a drink, it's a herbivore drink, it's a party boy effect on it. So crazy amount of perception. 12 perception for 1 hour and stuck with all other, as taking a spot as a drink. It will be 15 perception if I would be on a team with Strength in Numbers perk. So crazy high perception is achievable, and it does stack with everything else. You just cannot use food or drink that gives perception bonus. It doesn't stack with food or drink, as it is under food and drink category and not alcohol category. Next, Thick Blood Tequila, Margarita, Sunrise, and there is as well Vintage, regular Vintage. Those two are basically Thick Blood Tequila split to different versions. Melee attacks restore health but may infect you with a disease. This one restores hunger but may infect you with a disease. And regular Vintage Thick Blood Tequila restore health and replenish hunger but may infect you with a disease. So these have effects of both the other variants, and the problem with crafting other variants like this Margarita is extremely expensive to craft, as it is the ingredient required to it comes from corpse seeds, corpse flowers that are only present on events and only drop it as event reward. So this is almost uncraftable en masse, when Vintage Thick Black Tequila is craftable. Vintage Lead Champagne, again, does it work? The fall speed doesn't work. It comes with rad resist, damage resist, AP cost reduction. What else? Vintage My Magic Moonshine, very cool one. That's a combat buff. So let's go now for some combat presentations of those alcohols. And we are at this phase of those vintage alcohols. So let's go first with Vintage Thick Blood Tequila. This is all effects for healing. Let's go after some super mutants. We are going with Gulper Smacker. As you can see, my health is missing a little bit, and if I attack, my health is going up. But this is a singular effect. As you can notice, it's not like a vampire effect. It doesn't stack with itself, only one effect at a time, and when healing stops, from the hit, then it can start healing again. About the downside, that I supposed to be getting diseases, it's not really happening very often. It's not easy to get those diseases. Oh, and additional downside, it doesn't work like vampire, so you can see my limb is being crippled and it's not healing. When if I would switch to a vampire weapon, I cannot sprint now because unfortunately my leg is crippled, but what I want to show you, if I switch to vampire weapon, the healing is completely different. It works in a different way. And you really need vampire weapon if you want to tank damage like that. You see? My limbs instantly healed. Vampire weapon, so different type of effect. It's not giving vampire weapon to a weapon, unfortunately. I would hope it would be the case, but it is not. So vintage thick blood tequila, this healing is not crazy. The diseases, you are not really getting them, so going for a disease infected plague walker build with that I was hoping would be possible. It is not really. It doesn't help you get more diseases. There is still cooldown on diseases. After you catch a disease, there is 15-minute cooldown, so you cannot get another one. Not very useful, unfortunately, and I was so hopeful for that. Now, my magic moonshine. This is cool one. So here you have Galper Smacker damage. Melee damage with Galper Smacker only, that's just saying again. Damage resist, extra strength, what is again melee damage. The penalty to intelligence and charisma, so it's a double penalty. Galper Smacker damage, so we do have Galper Smacker equipped. Let me show you the damage. 219, 2211. I apply a drink. 296, 3216. So it works on the dots as well. Although those dots are so small. And the downside, look what's happening with your vision after you pop it. I don't know if it's necessary, but luckily it's only a temporary vision interruption for the remaining duration of this, the 4 minutes. There is no extra blurry vision. The damage of the Garpas marker is quite decent with all those effects. It still doesn't make it the strongest weapon, as you can see, even with power attacks. I need to swing twice, but yes, I am full health here intentionally, so you can see better those effects. If I would be low health, then every melee weapon works great thanks to crazy strength bonuses. And that's no power attack. Still good. It does work. It helps. But will you use it? Probably not, unless you want to run with a Galper's marker, which is a goofy, fun weapon. Next we have Vintage Nuka Shine. This one, with a very cool bottle. This one is increasing unarmed damage, including unarmed weapons. So, let's equip an armed weapon. There is a gauntlet. I have now 242 ballistic, 29 energy damage with it. I pop a Vintage Nuka Shine. Vintage Nuka Shine. And my damage goes up to 296.48. The vision changes. Colors will be changing like crazy. So everything blue and red and different colors. You can see the damage. It's absolutely there. And arm builds are still very powerful, and the Settler's Gauntlet probably one of the strongest. The power attack almost putting down the super mutants, even with full health. Level 60 super mutant, one hit. Level 100, need to be hit twice, unless I would be able to hit a head, but I'm not good at aiming for the head. Oh, this doggo got hit in the head. The additional bonus of that, after the duration will end, I will get teleported. Oh. Headshot was 1600, so absolutely blasting those super mutants. Oh, there's Quantum. After this effect will end, something fun is happening. The teleportation effect, probably better than anything else Vintage Nuka Shine offers. So let's wait for teleportation. And now we're being teleported. Unique screen whenever teleportation is happening from the Nuka Shine. And we are landing somewhere in a random spot. There's a lot of spots. It's fun to explore. If you can craft a bunch of vintage Nuka shines, at every spot there is something interesting to see. There is usually some signs of the party happening in the past at those spots. So where are we? Where are we now? We are in here. Oh, and that's the event that is giving you this alcohol for Galper Smacker. Moonshine Jamboree. That's where you get it. And you can get it for free. It's just lying there around too. So don't even need to craft it or do events. But let's carry on. We're almost there with all the alcohol. So that was vintage Nuka Shine. We did that. Next we have vodka. This one again, combat buff with extra health. Whiskey. This is unique alcohol because amount of strength is doubled, so it's 6. Good as a temporary carry weight booster with 4-minute duration. It's about as good as Nuka Cola Dark for strength, but doesn't require Nuka related perk. The Cola Nut is not required to get this 6 strength, just a party boy. Then we have White Russian. Useless one. You don't need to reduce your limb damage by 25%. You either need to reduce it by 100% or you use Stimpaks or Vampire Weapon to deal with limb damage, so it's not very useful unfortunately. And finally Wine, Strength and Max AP bonus. That's pre-war, but a little bit different. That's the only one that gives you Max AP, so your AP pool is bigger for 3 minutes if you use Wine. And that concludes all those alcohols, all the fun with some of them. There is a lot. Did you ever use any? Do you ever plan to use any? Let me know. I hope this little guide was useful for you. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching and see you all in the next one.